if you just want to like strangle somebody or strangle the women, stop doing this. What should we be aware of that we continue to do wrong? Thank you so much for joining us today on Second Act TV. I'm so happy to welcome back, gosh, one of my favorite guests, love coach and dating expert, Lisa Copeland. Lisa, thanks so much for joining us again.
Hi, Silky. It's so nice to be here again.
Well, you have been here, gosh, for years now. You were one of our early guests when we first started this channel. You helped us get to 1,000 subscribers.
Wow.
We've come a long way since then, but I always appreciate having you on, having you back for all the wisdom you bring to this topic. Your story matches so much what women, are going through now, starting over again, wanting to find that special someone, but just believing that who's going to want me now? I hear it all the time. I hear it from friends, and it's sad.
It is sad because there are men that will definitely want you. The problem is we get so picky that we don't want some good guys that would be perfect fits for us because we actually oftentimes date from how we dated in the past. And we go online and we say, oh my God, everybody looks like my uncle, everybody looks like my father, my grandfather. We don't see ourselves aging. So I had a real wake up call. And I was still in my 40s when this was before Facebook was around, and we did my high school reunion happened, and they sent pictures of everyone, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, God, they look like their parents. And so I said to my son, come look at this. And I said, how old do you think they are? And he guessed the age appropriately. And I said, do I look that age? Because we just don't see it. So we knock people out because we think they're too old. We think they're this. We think they're that. We put stories on them based on their pictures. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. My one of my friends who, well, she met somebody online. They're married now. This was 5, 6 years ago, and I helped her. But that was the first thing she was. Oh my God, he's so old. He's so. I said, Karen, how old do you think you are?
That's right, because we see ourselves in our 20s. I remember seeing a movie, Ben Affleck was in it. I can't remember the name of the movie. I think he was like bringing people out of Iran or something, or Iran. And his hair was long. And when we were growing up, that's how a guy was cute. His hair was long, or at least when I was growing up, his hair was long. And I remember thinking, oh, yeah, now that's a good looking guy versus what you see online. But the problem is we are older. The guys are older. We just have to get past our own mindsets about it.
Well, that, and we have to get past the mindset that we're not good enough as well. Because not only, I mean, yes, I totally agree with you that some of us don't feel the aging process or don't believe that we are. And then some of us have really internalized aging and putting on a few extra pounds and getting a little wrinkly and saggy, and are just scared to death to go out there in fear of rejection.
Right. So really the whole thing with dating, everybody thinks it's okay, I'm going to put a profile online and they will come like in the field of dreams. And then they're so disappointed because the guys they want to meet don't show up. And the guys they do want to meet don't show up. The guys they don't want to meet write to them. So what happens is we run these little programs underneath the level of who we are. I call them like dating malware. You know, on your computer, how you can get a malware program and not be aware of it. It's the same thing. It's, oh my God, he's going to see something wrong with me. He's going to think that I'm too old, too gray, too, just like you said. But if you can come to accept all that, then it's an inside job. Then men will be attracted to you because you will glow no matter what age you are, no matter. where you are on this journey. And no matter how you think you are, men will still think you're beautiful.
How do you coach somebody through that though? When I really was stumped a little bit when I just heard this recently from a friend that I'm just scared to death of doing this, and I honestly didn't know what to say. That would be good.
Well, when I help clients, I help them get back in touch with what's amazing about them, because we forget when we've come out of marriages where no one's complimenting us, or we're arguing all the time, or things just aren't going well. You're not feeling that inner beauty, or that inner and outer glow of who you are. And I help women really get back in touch with that. We make lists of what they love about themselves. If they can't love it physically, what they're grateful for, and what their personality is that they love about their personality, and what they love to do. Because a lot of times when they were in a relationship, they became that person that they were in a relationship with, and they sort of forgot what they bring to the table. So when it helps them to hear this, I read it back to them after they've written these up, and they hear it and they go, oh my God, that's an amazing person. And it's them.
That I love that. So really what you're saying is the mindset is the very first step before
Yes.
you can put yourself back out there.
Yes. Because if you're not feeling good about yourself, you're going to attract someone that doesn't feel good about themselves, and they can start picking on you, and you can pick at them. And nobody needs that. You want someone that accepts you for who you are, and you accept them for who they are.
You said at the beginning that we've become too picky. But if
Yeah.
we are, is that a defense mechanism? I mean, if we're afraid to go back out there, if we don't know who wants us, we don't know if we're worthy, why would we be so picky?
I think we're afraid we're going to fail again. So we're looking for these super specific things that we think are going to make a relationship successful. Yet the things I often hear from women that they think they want is someone educated. And I'll say to them, or that as part of educated, they have degrees, a lot of degrees. And I'll say to them, are you going to be sleeping with those degrees? Or are you going to be sleeping with a man who could be really smart,
Hmm.
but is there to snuggle with you at night, or has your back at the end of the day? That's a big one, this education thing. And they think that's going to make them happy. So, what I try and do is help women get super clear on what's going to make them happy, because they usually are reverting back to the past.
Hmm.
And you're at a different phase of life now where your goals are totally different than what they were back in your 20s.
Yeah. That's such a great point that you're different than you were in your 20s. So where are you now?
Right. So today, you really want someone that you can have fun with, that you can travel with, that you can just go anywhere you want with and just play. And it's not about making babies like it was in your 20s. You needed to find a guy to make the baby with. That's DNA coding stuff.
Yeah.
And today, it's really about someone you can age with, someone that's got your back, someone there to support you, for you to support them, and most of all, play and fun.
What I don't want to harp on the negative by any means, but I think sometimes, especially in the last interview, some of the topics we've had, we don't realize we do certain things until somebody points it out, or we go, "Oh my God, that is me." What you work with so many women. I mean, if you Google dating over 50, you pop up all over the place. You're like one of the authorities of dating over 50. What if you just want to like strangle somebody or strangle the women? Stop doing this. What should we be aware of that we continue to do wrong?
I think it's not having a plan that builds foundation pieces in place, a plan that helps you get your confidence back, a plan that helps you really understand men, because men are different. We're different too. But men are really different. They're much more chivalrous. They really do want to make you happy. Allison Armstrong is a great teacher of that. And also, this clear vision of the right man. When I work with women, they create what's called a quality man template, and it is a super clear vision of their past, of who their old type is, because if their old type worked, they'd be with their old type.
Right.
And to get clear on what's going to make me happy today. Because most women think it's like qualities, like, oh, I have to have someone that runs because I run. It's not qualities, it's the values that you share together that are going to make the difference in whether a relationship works or not.
That is, again, such a great point. You always tend to relate things back to yourself. And that was one of I was a big runner back then, 10 years ago. And that was when I really wanted a runner. But then I really didn't, well, I shouldn't say I didn't like the runners, but I liked running with them, but nothing, I couldn't imagine being in a relationship with them. So that's a perfect example of why you don't necessarily want someone who does everything you do. It's about value.
It is about values because if you really go back, and I have them go back, and when they're looking at these other patterns with past men, I have them go back and I have them look whether the men actually share their values or not. And they're very surprised to see no, because when you're young and you're marrying these people, I don't think some core values are there. But as we get older, we have more values come up for us that are really important to us today. And that's why I tell women keep that list to 10 to 15, but make sure that you share the same values because that's what's going to make the relationship work. Whether or not he's a runner isn't, or whether or not he has 55 diplomas isn't.
Right. We're starting to come to the end of the segment. I would love to, if we can encapsulate it somehow to those women who are listening and said, yeah, that's me. Who's going to want me now? I feel horrible about myself. I fear going out there. What would you say today?
I would say get in touch with the amazing things about yourself and start to really remember those. Look in the mirror and look at how amazing you are. Don't look at your wrinkles. Look at the whole you. Guys have wrinkles too. Guys have stuff just like we do. We don't think they do, but they do. And so they too are fighting some of that as well. But get in touch with that. Take action. Truthfully, find a coach that resonates with you because they can see what you can't see. Whoever the coach is, follow them. How they can help you. It's a really great way to, get your mojo back and to get out there and date. It's taking action.
Yeah. Well, and you've helped hundreds of thousands of women.
I've loved it, every minute of it.
Yeah, I know you have a terrific story. You have great success. We'll of course link to all of your information, Lisa. I want to hold you over for another segment. You just brought it up that men are different, and one of the reasons that we fail at relationships or have and may continue to is because we don't understand that difference, how to communicate with men. So thank you again. I would love having you back on, and we'll see you on our next segment on Second Act TV. If there's a topic that you'd like to have us cover, please visit our website, secondact.tv. We have a little suggestion box on the upper right-hand corner of our site. Just click on that, send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.